Oh, now the
And we
speed's kicking up.
see, yeah, TKI versus SDPC spin.
Very analogous to their warm-up previously. Let's see if it goes the same way. Oh,
That's an insane spike from Tiki. That is criminal. That is wild.
It wasn't paced like a regular spike. It sort of it was in steps, and I don't think Twilight was ready for the continued, the continued stepping stones of like more and more attack. That was really nicely executed.
I mean, the higher level you get, the more you kind of need to spike like that. Like, your spikes have to have certain layers to them in order to be effective.
Absolutely, you want to continually move the bar of what's expected of the other player and just have it so they can't adapt quick enough.
And we're here again.
Oh, nice.
Some very nice all spin finds. I love that that I spin there from Tiki. And there goes the dings from that -14 on Twilight Sparkle's board.
They make it look so easy. They make it look so easy.
Tiki breaks that back-to-back without too much of a follow-up, so that is going to allow Twilight to live, and that is a misdrop on Tiki's board that is going to cost them a second round here.
It was so high on the board, I didn't actually see it at first. Like, it was above the playboard. I just didn't notice it.
Yeah, I kind of got up there and just stayed up there in a sense. Twilight Sparkle with the MS2 here. Tiki is just going for a fractal as an opener, fractal into kind of a 4-wide situation. I love this game.
I love this game so much. But you know what I love more? Toasted sandwiches. Guys, please. Oh, God. Without getting too dark, like, again, we have finite time on this planet, and you're wasting it. Do your 4-wide. You're here to learn? Well, you're learning a lot about stalling. Okay, back-to-back starting to get up on Tiki's board. This could be the beginning of something great.
That eye spin is just wild.
That's
what we're going for there.
That was tastier than my aforementioned sandwich. That was awesome. Okay. Listen, you can't keep me from talking about it. I'm gonna make all the chat hungry.
All right, so we have a lot of back-to-back on Tiki's side here, and that is going to be those high-pitched dings. That is the spike from that, and Twilight Sparkle does not have anything for that.
Talk about the spike of all time. That was beautiful. Tiki's just so consistent with building up this big spike and then knowing exactly when to send and pressure with it. I love that setup with the S spin into the T spin.
I was trying to figure out what Tiki was going for there.
They've done it so many times. I need to learn it. It's like that weird shape. It's almost like the weird shape where like you can't fix. You know, like the square, like the sort of square. Yeah. It's almost like that with one single change, and it gives you 2 back-to-back and a T spin.
I think that Tiki missed a 180 at the end of that. And that's what caused the dash. Tiki just going for another fractal as an opener, and that is okay. I love the fractal continuation there to find the third one. But yeah, there's a little bit of hesitation there that allows Twilight Sparkle to find. And that's why they plonk, okay? That's why they stall right there. That's why they do it. Because they're looking for those situations.
Yeah, that's exactly why they do it. And once again, as we've seen time and time again, whoa, we saw the J kick. But as we've seen time and time again, back-to-back build up from Tiki. 17, they're already up near the 20s. And that's a break.
Oh, and Tiki misdrops.
They missed the overhangless spin. And that undoes all the work from their back-to-back chain. Gone just like that.
Yeah, and Tiki just trying to find footing to gain back here. They are building up that back-to-back as Twilight Sparkle has a 23 spike that is going to slow Tiki down quite a bit here.
Damn, that was, I mean, like, compared to the other rounds, fairly uneventful, but uneventful at this standard is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, for sure. Just the stalling of the SDPC spin is just so unnecessary. Of all openers to stall, oh, and then you misdrop? Okay, you deserve that misdrop.
I think they're doing it just to spite us. That's my theory.
I really don't think it's about us right now.
I think it's all about me, honestly. Okay. I think it's all about me. I got that protagonist energy. And Tiki, despite building up back-to-back, is struggling to fend off the attacks from Twilight. They're actually fairly out there now. I eat my words in just a few moments.
The audio on these back-to-back back and forths is just terrifying.
It's something else, right? Like, it's scary.
Yeah, Tiki in a slightly awkward spot as Twilight Sparkle is the one putting out the attack, and there's, okay, a little bit of misstacking there that's going to put Twilight in a bit of an awkward situation. Yeah, both players just kind of trying to find their footing right now.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, 20 spike just out of complete nowhere, and it looks like it's fairly unsurvivable. And
if we're talking upsets, I'm pretty sure Twilight's like the 8th seed or something.
Yeah, it's 8 versus 3, right?
Yeah, like the fact that they've gotten here is pretty impressive. And the fact that they're playing this well shows exactly why they got here, but still something to note, even though that this is part of their playstyle, apparently.
One moment. You guys can't see chat.
Tiki is typing la 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 at us. Let's just have a convo. How's your day? Tiki.
I'm so hungry.
Saying hi, Wiley. Do you like our gameplay?
Oh my
Tiki,
god.
I have a question. Is what Sketch is typing in chat.
How do you like getting DQ'd?
We're waiting for margin time. That is insane to type. We're waiting for margin time. What?
I do like margin time. Wait, what do you mean they normally play with 2 keyboards? Wait, what does Tiki play with 2 keyboards?
I mean, probably the split keyboard, the same thing that Fortisim uses.
I use 2 keyboards.
Okay, yours is different. You have a detachable numpad.
and I have a scroll wheel and a D-pad, like, and everything on there. Oh, they missed the
not
lady.
A split keyboard. No, it's just straight up 2 keyboards, not a split keyboard. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Just ignore everything I said.
I mean, like, what you said makes sense. Like, using 2 full keyboards doesn't make any sense.
Why? Do you have 4 hands?
No.
Why do you need 2 keyboards?
They've got 2 hands and 2 feet.
Oh, don't start.
There are players who can do it. There are players who can do it.
I know.
It's disgusting.
It is.
Selena loves seeing people get DQ'd. Hi, Selena.
Okay, I don't know what Tiki's doing right now. I don't think, like, the pacing of this match is just something.
Yeah, I feel like I've got whiplash because it went from, like, an incredible matchup to whatever the hell this is. Well,
yeah, okay, so we're capable of 5 PPSing our SDPC spin, and we are instead typing in chat that we're waiting for margin time.
We went from 0.5 pieces per second to 5.
Oh, and now we've misdropped the SDPC spin.
What's going on in this match? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I lost track a while ago, if I'm being honest.
I'm losing my grip on reality. Oh, that's a difficult to survive spike, but Twilight does survive it, and I'm never mind. Tetrio moment.
Yeah, Tiki, I'm upset that they didn't get to continue that STSD, my brain is fried, that STSD, because it was actually really well set up. I always hate it when you are suffering from success because you have a really good setup and then your opponent just dies.
Right, like...
Speaking of dying.
Yeah, like, what's that like?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever had that issue, honestly. I'm just not good enough to have that issue.
All right, so we are 4 PPS SDPCing.
The spins! The spins from Tiki to make that work, to make that P sequence work that way without holding. And it's a 24 down stack. Are they mechanical harding?
No, I think that that's just a normal stacking. Like, it can be mechanical heart inspired, but like, I think it's still a pretty normal stacking style.
Oh. Yeah, Twilight is just 2 rounds away from one of the biggest upsets in this tournament. And a couple of 180s from Tiki later, and they've opened up the well.
I love the eye spin into the well. It is just so satisfying.
It is, right? It's great. Ooh. And there was the eyepiece came 1 too early, it looks like.
1 too early, for sure.
Or 1 too late, sorry. 1 too late. I apologize.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thinking and talking not lining up.
Right, yeah. We should commentate sometime.
Yep.
Oh,
why are we here again?
Guys, I'm gonna ban you from chat if you don't stop. There we go. Good, there we go. You know, getting banned from, like, the league, like, it's fine. Getting banned from Tetra World Cup, yeah, whatever. But, like, getting banned from chat, oh. Twilight digs out of that really nicely and just cleans up their board.
The STSD from Tiki there is very nice.
Burns through the second T-spin, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
All right, Tiki trying to close out this round here. Does find the closer there, but this is a lot of uphill here if Tiki wants to take this back.
Ooh. You need 5 rounds in a row. I mean, even for Tiki, that's a tall order. One mistake would do it. Like, one misdrop, one poorly timed greed stack. Like,
those STSDs from Tiki are insane.
They are awesome. They are amazing. We saw that S-piece placement was pretty cool.
I'm pulling up the video of the 2 keyboards. It's a 10-minute video. We're pausing that. Yeah, we're done with that. All right.
That was quick.
Wow, okay, yeah, just the S and Z spins from Tiki are beautiful right there. Having that 10 back-to-back.
12 back-to-back in the end. And that's a 20 spike. Twilight sends a 10 back and gives himself a bit of room and time to get down and just, like, send efficiently again.
I mean, Tiki acting like that, you know, they've got nothing to lose here. And kind of, they don't at this point. But this is some very confident gameplay. Very strong, and definitely has the ability to come back from this. And how they're able to see all spins at this speed is just beyond me. Okay,
Yeah,
and we're here again. Yeah, okay, that's the answer. Like that's what I would do.
I'm looking at the I'm looking at that video. Yeah, what the hell? That's crazy. That's worse than how I play, and that's saying something bad. Alright, 7-10. Tiki needs 4 rounds to go. Where Twilight's on match point, and that might actually be it!
That right is the end of, you know, one of the sets of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we move on to